Get ready to dive into the high-stake world of NBA stars and their million-dollar missteps. From shattered dreams to missed millions, these ballers know a thing or two about turning down the big bucks. Join us for a thrilling roller coaster ride through their financial follies. Dennis Schroder. First, we've got the sensational tale of Dennis Schroder, the latest addition to the infamous club of players who turned down big money. Yeah, that's right, Dennis, in all his wisdom, said no to a truckload of cash during his 2021 free agency drama. I mean, come on, it was all back in March when the Lakers were still the contenders, or so they thought, and Dennis casually brushed off a 4-year, $84 million contract extension. Because who needs that kind of money, right? And what impeccable timing, this genius move happened just as LeBron James decided to chill with his injuries, and Anthony Davis had his infamous groin situation that sent the Lakers' playoff dreams down the drain. So naturally, Dennis was like, why not? He was the 27-year-old point guard for a title favorite, fresh off his second place in Sixth Man of the Year in 2020. It all made perfect sense at the time. Instead of swimming in tens of millions, Dennis and his entourage decided to see the Lakers crash and burn. Maybe misjudged the league's spending spree and watched Russell Westbrook stroll into town on draft day. I mean, who wants to be a part of a winning team when you could have a front row seat to a dumpster fire, right? And don't forget the glorious aftermath. Dennis scrapped together a 1-year, $5.9 million deal with the Boston Celtics. Only $80 million down the drain? No biggie. Of course, he might recover some of that moolah in the future, but turning down that juicy extension seems like a major oops in the short term. But hey, there's more. There was no guarantee Dennis would even start in Boston. Marcus Smart was looking like a shoo-in to fill Kemba Walker's shoes. Schroder's arrival? Well, that's just for kicks, right? So Dennis's reality check might be that he's the perfect candidate for the six-man role, you know, like his good old days with the Oklahoma City Thunder. If he could school some bench warmers that season, maybe, just maybe, he'll get a generous long-term deal in 2022. But, well, that didn't go to plan. Schroder would be traded mid-season to the Houston Rockets and return to the Lakers the following season on just a $2.6 million deal. Ouch. Nerlens Noel. Oh, let's not forget about our dear friend Nerlens Noel, who graced us with his presence in the Players Who Know How to Turn Down Money Club. So back in August 2017, after he decided that a 4-year, $70 million deal was just pocket change, Noel's former agent confirmed that he said no thanks to a generous offer from the Mavericks. Fast forward through 4 thrilling seasons, and Noel managed to rack up a whopping $12.8 million from not 1, not 2, but 3 different teams. But wait, the party's not over. In the summer of 2020, he signed a 3-year, $27.7 million deal to grace the New York Knicks with his presence. And guess what? The last season is a team option. Even if they pick it up, those 7 years still only add up to just over half of what he so casually declined from Dallas. I mean, sure, statistically, Noel had been a stout player over the last 4 seasons. He's got a top 70 box plus minus. He's also been averaging 11.2 points, 10.5 rebounds, 3.0 blocks, and 2.0 steals per 75 possessions. But hey, who cares about those numbers when you could be a part of the mercenary portion of your career, right? In what would have been a generational changing amount of wealth, it's very disappointing to see players like Noel turning down big money, taking the path less traveled, if you will, and settling for a fraction of what they could have had. Who needs financial security when you could have the thrill of wondering if your next contract will pay the bills? Let's keep the hits coming with Bonzi Wells and Joe Smith, our favorite members of the Who Needs Millions Anyway club. Bonzi Wells. First up, we got Bonzi Wells, the guy who decided that a 5-year, $38.5 million deal offered by the Sacramento Kings was just too much to handle. In the 2005-2006 season, Bonzi was a force to be reckoned with, averaging 13.6 points, 7.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.8 steals in 32.4 minutes. But hey, who wants a secure future when you could let your agent turn down such a sweet deal? So, what did Bonzi do next? He took a generous $2.1 million to grace the Houston Rockets with his presence. And just to top it off, he had one last NBA hurrah with the New Orleans Hornets in 2007-2008, raking in a hefty $2.3 million. Then it was time to take his talents overseas and eventually join the Big Three. I mean, who doesn't dream of playing in that legendary league? Joe Smith. And now let's give a warm welcome to Joe Smith, the #1 pick in the 1995 NBA draft, who had a pretty decent start with the Golden State Warriors. He was all about that, averaging 16.9 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks in his first 2 seasons. But wait for it, during his 3rd season, when he was averaging 17.3 points in 49 games, the Warriors offered him an astonishing $80 million. But of course, Joe was like, nah, I'm good, and would end up getting traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. What did the rest of his career look like? Well, he humbly averaged 23.8 minutes, 9.3 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 0.7 blocks. And when it was all said and done, after 16 NBA seasons, he managed to scrape together a mere $61.2 million. I mean, sure, it's more than respectable, but hey, who wants to secure their future with one simple signature when you could just let $80 million slip through your fingers a few years after being drafted? These guys truly understand the value of taking risks and enjoying the thrill of uncertainty. I mean, who needs financial security, am I right? Don't ask our next guy on the list that question. Victor Oladipo. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to hear the heartbreaking saga of Victor Oladipo, the master of missed opportunities. I mean, let's be honest, Schroder's blunders might have hogged the spotlight, probably because he was wearing that Lakers jersey. But Oladipo's story is like a Shakespearean tragedy. So picture this, at the start of the 2020-2021 season, the Indiana Pacers had the audacity to offer Oladipo a 4-year extension that would have kicked off at a measly $25 million per year. Can you believe it? It even included raises each season, but Oladipo, in his infinite wisdom, decided to look the other way. Now, missing out on that deal alone wouldn't have been a tough pill to swallow, but oh no, Victor wasn't done. In February, after being traded to the Rockets kindly extended their hand with a 2-year, $45.2 million offer, and Victor said, thanks, but no thanks. Fast forward to another trade, this time to the Miami Heat, and one more season-ending injury, Oladipo's leverage was pretty much zilch in free agency. So what did he do? He signed back with the Heat on a heartwarming $2.4 million, a 1-year veteran minimum contract. It's almost like he's doing charity work for the NBA at this point. But hey, who needs those pesky $100 million contracts when you can roll the dice, right? Oladipo's story is a lesson for all of us on the importance of taking risks, embracing uncertainty, and living life on the financial edge. That's all for today's video, but let me ask you, who's to blame for all these contract blunders in your opinion? Player greed, misinformation, or are the agents to blame? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, help us in the grind and throw us a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.